Residents of Bihinayili, a farming community in the Savelugu-Nanton municipality, are appealing for clean, safe water in the town to save them from walking far distances in search of the community. In the absence of mechanized boreholes and pipe-borne water, the people in the community are compelled to drink from contaminated sources, making them fall sick all the time. Here's Hashmin Muhammad's report.
It is early morning here in Bihinayili, a farming community in the Savelugu-Nanton municipality of the northern region. Scores of women are already up carrying their receptacles to begin their daily routine of walking far distance in search of water. After about an hour walk, they finally find water at a storm drain constructed to link a road from Savelugu to the neighboring district of Kumbugu. Clean water in this community is a rare commodity, and the people are left with no option than to drink from this contaminated source covered with shrubs. After filling their receptacles, it is time to embark on another 1-hour journey home. Drink the water, they improvise by tying a material round their pot to remove the particles, but the germs are too small to be sieved out. These women say, though they are aware of the health implications of drinking from this source, they have no options.
We don't have water. This water is not good. Cattle and donkeys also drink from here. When we drink this water, we fall sick. But we have no choice, so we want you to...
Their husbands are also equally worried about the source of drinking water.
We have water, but it's not clean. There is diseases in the water, and we animals and we human beings and animals, we always drink once dam. So we drink fishes, and people are washing inside our water. So we don't have good water, and where the water it is to is far from the community.
According to the World Health Organization, waterborne diseases are the world's second leading causes of death. Ghana loses 20,000 lives every year due to the consumption of unsafe drinking water. Unfortunately for the residents of Bihinayili, they do not have clinic and a proper health post to deal with the outbreak of any waterborne disease. For JoyNews, Hashmin Muhammad report from Bihinayili.
District Chief Executive for defilement has expressed worry over the performance of students in the year's Basic Education Certificate examination. He stated that although the results of 2017 saw a marginal improvement from that of 2016, it is still not the best. Nadi Imura Sanda has been speaking at the second ordinary meeting of the Assembly at Issa. Rafiq Salam reports from there.
Addressing the 20-member Defilement Issa District Assembly, District Chief Executive Nadi Imuru Sanda noted that the district has been relatively peaceful and calm. Whilst applauded the people of the district for the relative peace in the area, he urged security agencies, assembly members and traditional rulers to continue to contribute their part to maintain the existing peace and stability across the district. Mr. Nadi Imuru Sanda, however, was not happy about the performance of students at this year's Basic Education Certificate examination, even though there have been marginal improvement as compared to last year.
It is sad to note that out of 486 candidates who sat for the 2017 BECE, only 209 passed, while 287 failed, representing 42% and 58% respectively. Again, our overall best aggregate has declined from 10 in 2016 to 15 in 2017. This is not good, especially for a district that has produced many great men and women. This calls for greater dedication, commitment, and support of all of us to stem the tide of this negative trend.
One major challenge facing the over 58,000 residents of the district is a lack of major health facility or district hospital for the area. In this regard, Mr. Nadi Imoro Sanda said plans are far afoot to have a district hospital sited at Issa by the end of 2019. Construction work on a 76,000 Ghana cedis laboratory complex by the Assembly is already complete and handed over to the district directorate to signal their intent.
I was in Accra from 22nd to 25th October 2017, during which I contacted a number of individuals and institutions from both the private and public sectors with copies of the proposals to solicit support. Thankfully, through this effort, one of the celebrated sons of the district has agreed to single-handedly finance the construction of the outpatient department, which is expected to cost about 200,000 Ghana cedis. Again, from the discussions and the contacts we have been making since my return, the MTN Foundation is likely to take up the construction of either the children's or female ward.
Upper West Regional Minister Alhaji Suleiman Al-Hassan spoke of plans by the government to tackle fallen standards of education.
We are going to target the child, we target the teacher, and finally also target the parents. So these three pillars, we are fastening out initiatives that we can all put together to improve upon education delivery in the region.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Issa.
To a rather sad story, the father of a 4-year-old girl who was defiled in her school at Nongwa says the incident has left the family shattered. According to the father, the little girl was in her school at Nongwa when a 30-year-old man lured her into an empty classroom and inserted his fingers into her genitals. He says the police in Nongwa are yet to arrest the suspect in the incident, which happened last week Monday. JoyNews' Maxwell Agbagba has been speaking to the father of the victim and has come through with this report.
A very pretty girl, you can see, and this is what happened to her. A very promising girl, very intelligent.
Voice of the father of the 4-year-old girl who was defiled. I've met him at his Nongwa residence. He holds up a picture of the girl who is a twin. A photo, he says, was taken when the family visited the Rectory Park in Kumasi sometime last year. The little girl is seen very happy in the photo. His father believes the incident has robbed her little girl of her innocence and scarred her for life.
This miscreant will just take her life away just like that. Take her innocence away just like that. So we are hoping that we can be able to bring her back. We're able to forget this incident and get on as a family.
He has been narrating to me what happened last week Monday when his 4-year-old girl went to school.
Well, last week, Monday, December 18th, my twin daughters, as usual, went to school. Now, we have a young student in GSS1 who is a family friend, and she acts like a big sister, or let me say a guardian for the two little girls. In the afternoon, while school was in session, he saw a strange man with my two little daughters walking away. She ran down from her classroom, went down and told the two little girls to go back to their class, which they did. She then went back to her class to continue her studies. Then after a few minutes, it dawned on her that she should go down again to KG1 and find out if the little girls were in their class. When she ran down, she only saw one of them. She asked the one she saw, "Where's your other sister?" And then my daughter said her sister had gone upstairs. So she ran upstairs again. And then whilst going through the classroom, she heard her crying in one of the classrooms. When she attempted to open, it was locked. So she started banging on the door for a while. And when it was open, it was this same strange man that she had seen earlier on with my 2 little girls. There, she only spanked the girl and asked her, why are you here when class is in session? Then she dragged her. The girl is only 4 years, 5 months, not even up to 4.5 years, just barely learning how to talk and express herself. So she dragged her back to the class. She didn't report anything to the authorities. She only came home after school and reported what had happened to my wife. And then when she reported what had happened to my wife, on that same Monday, my wife tried to touch the little girl there in her private part. Anytime she touched it, the girl started crying. Anytime she tried to touch her private part, the girl started crying. Then she decided to undress her and see what is going on. And there around her clitoris, she saw that the whole place had turned reddish, bloodish. That's when she called the school headmaster to tell him that something had happened in the school that day. And that's when she also informed me that, look at something happened. And that's from there we arranged.
He says the family is constantly reminded of the ordeal as his daughter won't stop talking about it.
She keeps telling me, she keeps pointing, and that somebody, anytime she sees me, she'll say, Daddy, somebody put my hand, she'll tell me. Yeah, so another thing was that we should try and get that incident out of her mind. So as much as possible, we don't ask her. But once in a while, she'll tell me, that Daddy, somebody put the hand, and then she'll tell me. Traumatized. Our Christmas wasn't merry. There was nothing merry in our Christmas. You understand what I'm saying? Your little babies, just less than 4.5 years old, and a 30-year-old man can do this to that little girl, and he's still walking out there a free man. My strongest conviction is that that's not the first time that he has done this. I have the strong belief that he's been doing that in the school. And if it's not picked and locked, I know that he's going to keep on doing that thing. I love my children. I've given them the best that I can. They are gorgeous girls. You see them, you will love them. You go out with them, everybody wants to touch them. They just love them. And for such children to be treated this way by an adult, and he's still walking out there, and what I see is that the uncle and the bishop are just playing delay tactics for this whole thing to lose momentum and die off. That's the feeling I have now. That's the feeling we have now. And it shouldn't be so. Because if it's left unpunished, he's going to do it some more to some other little girls. And my mission now is to make sure that the guy is picked and put behind bars. That he doesn't do that to another little girl anywhere. Defiled her, touched her in her private parts, you know. When we got to the hospital, we realized that she had inflammations around her clitoris, a lot of blood clotting all over the place.
Police in Nungwa are yet to arrest the suspect since the incident happened on December 18. Father of the victim alleges that the uncle of the suspect promised to personally take the boy to the police, but that has not happened as the suspect is still at large. For JoyNews, Maxwell Agbagba.
More than 1,000 less privileged members of society celebrated Boxing Day in grand style, courtesy the Feed the Hungry Project, an initiative of Royal House Chapel. The project annually seeks to make Boxing Day meaningful to the have-nots. JoyNews' Frank Addo reports the patrons were served hot meals and chilled drinks, provided with clothing and screened for various ailments.
By 10 a.m., the porters and destitute who have looked forward to Feed the Hungry project have started trooping in the premises of the Royal House Chapel. They were taken through health screening, after which they were served. Zainabu, who spoke on behalf of other beneficiaries, was grateful for the project.
I'm very happy about this program, and then all and all those are here, all of us are very happy about it, and then everything is good for us.
They were also entertained. The project coordinator, Reverend Rita Kranchiankra, appealed to philanthropists and businessmen and women to support efforts to get children off the streets.
I believe that if every Ghanaian family will pick up one person off the street, We are leaving the government to do everything. And unfortunately, government can't do everything. If every businessman, if every family will pick one child off the street, trust me, Ghana will be a very better place. Some people are what they are today because they never had help. If we give them help, we will raise more doctors, we will raise more lawyers, we will raise more teachers, we will raise more engineers. Let's do it, and Ghana will be a better place.
She promised the project will continue to support the less privileged in society.
Former Vice President Kwesi Arthur has expressed disappointment over the implementation of the free SHS policy and urged government to do better in 2018. According to him, the program could be made a lot better if the government would consult widely with experts and stakeholders to fine-tune it. The former vice president was speaking to journalists after he and his wife made a donation to the Volta Regional Hospital. Said he was unconvinced that the policies being implemented by the Akufo-Addo-led government were well thought through.
Oh, they could have done much better. The government could do a lot better. I think that that's what we are hoping for in the coming year, able to resolve a lot of the problems. I think that programs have been adopted, implemented without a full conceptualization of the application, if you wanted, of the costs. And that is so like we are moving and then resolving as we go. A lot of these programs should have been costed, agreed, and implemented from day one, rather than let's start and muddle our way through. And I think there's been a lot of muddling our way through the implementation, especially the free SHS is a problem.
Voting has ended in Liberia's presidential election runoff, with counting ongoing at the various centers across the country. Head of the ECOWAS observation mission, John Dramani Mahama, and his team observed that sorting and counting of votes at voting precincts and the Newport High School in the central Monarivo. After the close of voting started slowly but without any major incidents. When the team went round the centers during the day, picking up towards the end of the poll at 6 p.m., official results of the runoff poll between Vice President Joseph Boakai and former footballer George Weah are expected during the week. That is it for the AM News.